Okay, I really did this as a way to show that, um, people trying to understand my project, that there's a lot to it, and it's really difficult to understand. It's not something easily understood. Um, I wouldn't even take my own word for it. I would go with a PhD, and which I did in physics, biology, and engineering to ask them, and I went over in detail about it. But anyhow, so I started messing around. What about coming up with a new form of gravity? Because gravity sucks. It doesn't make sense when you look at the formation of the galaxy. That's why they made dark matter and dark energy now. So I thought, when you look at it, look at what an atom would be. And it's got little things spinning around it that creates a force. And you got two atoms, they want to be right next to each other at a certain distance determined by that force. When you got three atoms, that force, they generally want to be a little bit tighter. And it forms just like gravity, only it's a force. It's not, it's a field, it's not a force. Okay? Basically what that would do, that would account for the way that the gravity works as far as in the rotation of galaxies and stuff. It would also, it would incorporate the thing between physics and quantum physics also, because it would make it so that the atoms want to be a certain distance apart, and that would go on up to why they aren't colliding with each other, and it would take into account for gravity, which led me into thinking about the redshift that comes out from the neighboring galaxies, and the whole Big Bang theory is brought about by the redshift. And when you look at galaxies,
all these are locked together.
I don't see anywhere where it looks like a big formed,
the whole
and the distribution of
would simply fall apart.
The distribution of all the galaxies around it. These little things are galaxies. These are a huge stream of galaxies, and nowhere does it seem like a Big Bang occurred, which created the universe. The universe was always here. It always has been, and it always will be here. It goes off in an infinite number of directions. I'm really questioning about the Big Bang, and I always have been. I always say, come up with super physics to describe the start of the Big Bang, which makes no sense. Anyhow, then I looked at the black holes, and when you got the atoms so far condensed and so much gravity, the atoms would then break apart into quarks or whatever. At a certain density, those quarks would, with only a few quarks coming out, wouldn't be enough to cause a stream, but at some point in a black hole's life, they would be enough so that they would come out of the ends and cause what would be, a stream of particles that are not atoms, but the parts of the atoms that were crushed, and that stream would carry along with it all of the gases and other stuff in the black hole area that were trying to cover it, and thus carrying it out, and that's where we get quasars. And then those particles of the atom, when they come down, they form atoms again, and they come back into the galaxy, and that we can't really see that stuff, and that's what creates a lot of the gravity in the galaxy to keep the ends of the galaxies from drifting off, and it explains for the gravitational forces for gravity. So I don't know. Did I just reinvent gravity or what? I don't know. Anyhow, it would take a proper physicist to determine that. And so, really, as far as that goes, I'm going to concentrate on other videos and leave this whole gravity thing behind. Or not, you know. Somebody wants me to delve further into it, maybe, I don't know, who knows.